Quality of our life is dependent on how much each of us is prepared to take responsibility for ourselves. Quality of our life depends on how much each of us is prepared to take responsibility for ourselves. This is something Margaret Thatcher said once, and I really loved that statement because there is so much depth and so much dimensions to that statement. So let's first understand quality of my life, quality of your life is dependent, quality of my life is dependent on the responsibility I take of myself, right? So this is the foundation of positive psychology, that if you take responsibility for your life, then your quality of your life will improve, right? This is where Viktor Frankl talked about taking ownership of one's life, taking responsibility of one's life. And yoga, actually Sankhya calls this as dharma bhav, right? The four sattvic bhavs, dharma bhav is the first one. And what dharma bhav means is self direction. Are you taking actions which give self direction to your life? If you take those actions, if you live by principles, laws, values which give you self direction for your value, then dharma will always uphold you. Dharma will create foundation. And hence taking responsibility for ourselves is the very first step. And then Margaret Thatcher says how much, which means that it's something that you have to always work on and keep expanding. The more you bring dharma in your life, the more you bring self direction in your life, the more you are led by positive values, the better the quality of your life. So how much? And the third dimension is each of us is prepared, which means obviously I have to take responsibility for my own life, but each of us is prepared. So it's not some talent that you're born with, or it's not something which you can just do once and then forget about it. Each of us is prepared, which means every moment, every day, every week, we need to work on this, get ourselves better prepared. Because again, the more you are driven by values, the more you are driven by things which give you self direction, the more you will experience a positive state of mind, a state of mind where you will feel confident to do what you want, and your quality of life will be much better. And this requires preparation, this requires practice, and this requires continuous work, right? So quality of our life is depends on how much each of us is prepared to take responsibility for ourselves. So what's that one action you will take today to give yourself self direction? What's that one value out of which you will act today so that it will give you self direction? Do share with me.